True believers in man-made climate change will do almost anything to curtail human activity in their quixotic frenzy to save the earth. Convinced that humans are destroying the planet and harming all life, including humans, they seek to silence all opposition. First, they assume the moral high ground of saving the planet. Then they assert that anyone who disagrees with them wants to pollute the world, trying to guilt all into agreement. If you don't think so, then ask yourself, how has Go Green become such a prominent advertising theme? And if that doesn't work, the next step is thought suppression through consensus assertion, using lies, all scientists agree, or the debate is over. If that doesn't work, then force becomes necessary. Scientists and professors are fired or not hired unless they mouth the mantra. More recently, there have been calls to arrest climate change deniers, or in extreme cases, comments that we should be eliminated. Talk about harming fellow human beings, all in a futile effort to save a world destined for destruction. But before we get too harsh with the true believers, we need to know that even God is concerned about pollution. He gave us stewardship of the earth, Genesis 2, verses 28 through 31. That means we have sole authority under God to use it for ourselves, which includes a responsibility to care for it. However, unlike the semi-pagan earth worshippers, God's real concern is about the pollution of sin. It was the pollution of sin that brought the destruction and expulsion of the inhabitants of the promised land. Do not defile yourselves by any of these things, for by all these the nations which I am casting out before you have become defiled. For the land has become defiled, therefore I have brought its punishment upon it. So the land has spewed out its inhabitants. Leviticus 18, verses 24 and 25. Repeatedly, God called on Israel to remove sin and sinners before they could pollute and defile themselves and the land. Deuteronomy 21:23. Think about that in light of last Friday's post about God ordering the execution of sinners under the law of Moses. The God who created us and the world was well aware of the destruction sin would bring, but made us anyway and gave us free will to obey or not. Disobedience comes with a price, though: accountability to God. That's why he constantly warned against sin and demanded that his true believers fight it. I may be a man-made climate change denier, but that doesn't mean I support polluting the planet. I just look at those true believers and see them worshiping the creation instead of the Creator, Romans 1:25. God knows what he's doing, and man doesn't. If we want to preserve the planet, we must save its people. And to do that, we must attack the true pollution, sin. Even then, one day God will destroy this earth. And we should become godly people to be ready for that day. 2 Peter 3, verse 11. Presumably, the kind who will come back tomorrow to keep fighting the pollution of sin with morning minutes in the Bible. Until then, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.